Hi, my name is Elizabeth and welcome to my channel. This is week 8 of me renovating my house and garden. I got the keys 8 weeks ago. In this video, I'm actually going to be taking you along with me to a market. I'm going to show you the prep that I do ahead of it for the beeswax candles and honey that I sell. And then I'm also going to be showing you the decorating of my office, which is now complete. The office is the last bedroom in the house to be renovated, and it was also the worst condition. So the before and after of this one's quite nice. So I hope you enjoy this video. I am potentially doing a market at the weekend. I'm just going through my current stock, which I haven't got a lot of because I haven't done a market since Christmas, and at Christmas I sold off a lot of my items. So I'm just going to go through and see what I've got, what can be melted down and repurposed, and then make a list of what I need. So I've got my little rose peony candles, so that's fine. I'll keep those for this market. And the thing, little Christmas, Christmas trees. More Christmas trees. Got some reindeer, they can melt it down. Another Christmas tree. So I'm going to melt these down. I've got some other wax that I need to clean, and I'm going to make some more items ready for the weekend. Melting down the reindeers. I've got 4 candles ready to go. I've just done one batch for the moment. I've got a couple of pillar candles as well that I need to pop out, but I'm just going to demold these. With my painting gear at the moment, I've just been doing painting in the bedroom. Okay, so cut off the ends of the wicks. Sun's up in there. Now, some of these are going to pop out really easily. On this one, not so much. I know from experience that one is not going to pop out nicely. But these ones are my favourite. This is a geometric pear. This is a really cool shape. This one's really popular. It just suits loads of styles of homes as well. And then we've got this one, which is a heart pillar. This one is an egg-shaped, so it's this sort of pattern, geometric pattern I suppose you'd call it, but in an egg shape. This is quite a new mould of mine. Oh, I think it came out quite well actually. I like that. And then the nice thing about beeswax is it has its own scent, so I don't have to add any essential oils if I don't want to, because they have their own pretty nice aroma. And then this one. This is quite a popular candle, but it is such a pain to get out of the moulds. I've got long nails at the moment, which really isn't a good idea. But there we go. So that is like lots of little flowers on it. And again, that's a really nice, popular one. So I'm doing the first market of the year for me today, and it is incredibly windy, and I feel like this happened last year as well. It's so windy that the gazebos are actually moving, so I'm really hoping it doesn't, the wind dies down a bit. It'll also be nice if the sun comes out so that we have a bit more footfall, because when it's windy and cold it usually becomes quite quiet. Should have worn a hairband as well. I'm also late because I set my alarm for Monday to Sunday, so I'm a little bit of a frantic mess this morning, but fingers crossed the market's going to go well. I am back home from the market. It was not a good market day. It was so windy that the gazebo nearly blew off several times. We had to go and get extra weights to put on, hold it down. It's very, very quiet. I think the weather put people off. It's also the second week of the month, so people have already spent the money that they wanted to spend. It just wasn't a very good day. Made very little money. And it's really disheartening because I so rarely get childcare at weekends. And so when I do, and then I go to a market and I put all the effort in of getting ready for the market and going there and I spend the day there and then nothing sells, it's just really disheartening. I could have done something with my daughter today instead. It just feels a little bit pointless, but fingers crossed I'll do another market later in the year maybe and it'll be better. I'm just going to work on website sales and things like that. But yeah, it wasn't the best market day, unfortunately. I found some more of my cross stitches. Well, I've been emptying boxes. I thought I'd quickly run through these with you. So this one, I did originally do this for my grandmother to show her 3 children. So my 2 aunts and my dad. My dad was the youngest. Unfortunately, I did not finish this in time. She died a couple of months before my daughter was born. So I never actually got around to giving this to her. So I'm going to frame this anyway, and I'm going to have this in my house somewhere. I'm going to keep it. Sentimental value. And I've got more of the Flower Fairies. I've done more Flower Fairy cross stitches than I realised. So this is the Black Bryony Fairy. Just lovely and autumnal. Sweet Pea Fairy, which I absolutely adore. I just adore this one. I don't really remember doing this one. It must have been one of the first ones I did. But it has obviously come out really well, so definitely going to get a frame for that. I remember doing this one because there was just so much green. So these all need frames to go along with the other ones. And then I've got my really large one. Now, I thought this was 4 seasons. It's not. It just had 4 different fairies on it. 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. So obviously we've got the apple blossom at the top. Little cherry tree fairy, foxgloves, pansies, zinnia fairy. Oh no, that's a zinnia. That's the... I'm not sure which fairy that is. That might be the fuchsia fairy. It's very cute. So I need to get quite a large frame for this one. But again, that one will also go up. I think these are all going to go in my office and my bedroom. I don't quite match my daughter's decor just yet. Yeah, there we go. I really want to tackle this room this week because I can't get to anything that's in here. Some of the stuff is just stuff for storage. There's lots of vacuum packed bags and boxes with this big bookcase here that I ideally need to move here because at the moment I can't fully open this door which hosts the boiler. So if that ever needs, well, for services and things like that, I need to be able to get to that. So that needs to move here. Don't want to move the big bookcase until I have painted. So I'm going to do that first. I don't want to go out and buy new paint. So I'm going to test out the different paints that I've currently got. So I've got a sagey green that I was going to use in the bedroom and it was an awful colour. So I'm going to see if it's any different in this room. I've also got the pink that's in my daughter's bedroom, which is a really pretty colour. And I've got the knotted twine, which I've used for the rest of the house. That is the living room, the hallway, and the conservatory all have a knotted twine colour, which does unfortunately look grey in some lights, which I'm not too keen on. So I'm going to test it on the wall today and see how it comes out. Now that they've dried, I can't say I'm particularly fussed with any of those colours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try mixing these two and just see if I can lighten this green up a bit. I mean, it looks grey on camera, but it is a sagey green. That's a much nicer colour than the green we had. This wall paint is showing up as grey on the camera. It's not. It's like a really pale minty green. It's actually quite nice. So I'm going to go with that colour and carry on painting the walls, hoping in a different light my camera will pick up the colour. The green is slowly going. Okay, here is the progress for the spare bedroom. I still have these 2 bits of wall to do. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to have enough paint, but the rest of the room is done. There's a lot of stuff in here that I'm just slowly moving around as I paint, but I'm hoping you can see the sort of colour it is. It is like a pale minty green. It just looks very grey on the camera. Right, here are my 3 paint pots. That is the colour that's currently in the bedroom. As you can see, I do not have enough left to do another 2 walls. That's the sage colour that I originally bought for my bedroom, and it was just so dark, so I've been lightening that and using it elsewhere. And that's just the plain white, so I think I'm going to put the white in first and then add the green slowly and try and come up with the correct colour. Alright, this is the colour I've managed to concoct. And if you look at this colour against the colour on the inside of the tin, I think it's pretty close. So we're going to go with this. It looks like it's a very close match to the rest of the room. So I think my colour match is good enough for in here. It's going to be my office at the end of the day, so it'll be fine. Got the first coat on nice and quickly. I'm doing a bit of a rush job now just to get it finally finished, because then that is the upstairs decorated. This might be really boring content, but this is a paint spill from where a can of paint leaked from the bottom. I didn't realise by the time I found it. It's this rock solid bit of paint. So I'm going to see if I can use a steamer, try and remove it possibly. I have to say I'm genuinely shocked and surprised that this has come up. The big chunky bits just peeled off. It's wonderful. And now I'm just working on this bit here. I mean, it's never going to look perfect, but it's going to look an awful lot better than what it did with a big grey stain there. So I'm going to keep going and see how I go on. I'm done for the minute. I'm going to leave it until tomorrow, see how that dries, and then try and give it another scrub. But overall, I mean, considering what it did look like, this is not bad, and I'm not going to notice it much. I mean, it's my office. It'll be fine. I've just done the second coat on this part of the room. I just need to do the skirting. There are some damaged areas that really need fixing up, but I'm not going to do them just for the moment. I might revamp this room entirely in a few years' time, because the walls are really uneven as well. There's big gaps between things. So this room is still quite rough and ready, but I'm going to paint the skirting and try and get the desk in here. And hopefully that means I can organise the leftover stuff that's in here a bit more. I have removed the desk that was here, and that's going to go in the office, which is where it was always going to be placed, because I am eventually getting a dresser for this spot. Now, of course, I did try to get the desk up the stairs in one piece because I'm impatient, but it was far too heavy. I'm only 5'1". I really can't carry that much weight no matter how much I try. So whilst this wall is still drying slightly, I'll put this back together, put it into place, then I can start sorting out all this rubbish. And it's in place. I do need to get a new desk at some point because this is falling apart, but we are getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to finally try and tackle the cupboard of doom. I've removed some of the junk that was left in here by the previous owner. Now I just need to move these bits and pieces. I think I might be able to use some of this stuff actually, like scrape bone, white spirits. So some of it is helpful. I suppose it's going to go in the bin, but it's just really grotty. So I'm going to try and remove all this wallpaper, give it liquor paint. Got some leaky polystyrene tiles up there that need to remove. I'll definitely be wearing a mask for this job anyway. Just want to make it nice because a lot of this stuff needs to go in this cupboard. A lot of this is crafting materials, and so they can easily be packed away. I just need to have easy access for them. Once that's done, then this room will be more or less finished. Genuinely starting to think that the wallpaper is holding the wall together. I've counted 4 different layers of wallpaper so far. Very manky in there and so dark, and it goes up quite high as well. It just gives me the creeps. Nothing else in this house has given me the creeps except for this cupboard. I'm really looking forward to it just being done. I can put my stuff in there. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to be buying any more new paint for the house for a while, so I'm going to carry on using this green, which is what I've been using with different colours for various different rooms. I'm not going to mix this with anything. I'm just going to paint it straight in this green colour just to get a couple of coats on the wall in there. I've ended up just slapping paint on the walls in the end. I didn't have enough wallpaper. I did get it out to have a look, but there isn't enough to do any part in there. So I've just slapped on some paint, and as you can see, the walls are just dodgy. I will, I think, one day eventually replace this cupboard maybe and actually get a proper job done, because the plasterboarding on this side is shocking. Well, this wall is pretty damaged. This door is hideous. I mean, this mirror is glued on. I don't know how I'm going to chisel that off. Might just need to get a new door. So yeah, it's painted. It's going to dry. It'll dry lighter than that colour. And then I can start putting storage and stuff away in there. The bedroom is now done. It still needs a bit of work to make it look pretty, but all of the walls are done and majority of the stuff is gone as well. It's just a few bits of decorating things, bits that are going to a car boot sale, but everything else is packed away. Got my desk set up, and obviously my wonderful bird picture. Someone did actually ask AI what this bird is, and it gave a really, really nice detailed bit of info, so you can check that out on my last video if you're interested. But I love this bird picture, so of course it's gone. Pride of place here. Got my tailor's dummy. The boiler lives in there. Bookcase just really needs sorting out and tidying up, but it's in its place for the moment. And I've also got my posters up. Now I love a scratch map, so I've got a world map one here. As you can see, I've not been very many places, mainly the UK. And then this one, which is my UK map, oh, and Ireland. And my aim is basically to visit every single county in the UK. Can you tell that I live in the south? So I am determined to visit every single one. I have done a bit of Ireland. It was my first ever solo holiday, was Ireland, and did quite a few counties then. I would love to do more of Scotland. Scotland was stunning. And I also really want to do more of the north. I've done quite a bit of Wales previously. But yeah, I still have plenty of places to go. And with a little one, I think the UK travel is probably going to be a bit easier than overseas travel at the moment. So yeah, this is now my office is finally done.